Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to your science class. And in the previous class, we were discussing classification of materials on the basis of certain properties. Okay, so we'll be continuing with that. So the first, so the first one, that is roughness or smoothness. This one we had already discussed, that we can group objects on the basis of their roughness or their smoothness, whether they are rough, whether they are smooth. Okay, so the examples we can take over here: sandpaper, jackfruit, these are rough materials, and plastic sheet or a mirror, these are smooth materials. Then the second property was hardness or softness. So on the basis of the hardness of any material or the softness of any material, we can classify them into groups. Okay, so materials that can be easily compressed or scratched, they are called soft. Or I can say the materials which can be easily compressed, which can be easily scratched, which can be easily cut, which can be easily molded, they are termed as soft materials. For example, cotton, for example, sponge. Fine. So, and what do you understand by hard materials? The materials which cannot be uh, scratched and which are difficult to compress, which are difficult to cut, which are difficult to break, okay, which are difficult to mold. So these kind of materials are referred to as hard materials. For examples, we can take metals: iron, copper, these are the metals. Okay, now this was the second property. Now the third property we are going to start today is transparency, translucency, or opaqueness. Okay, so this is the third property which we are going to discuss today. So here I have written the definitions. Okay, so transparency, transparent. You all are familiar with this word transparent. Now, what do you understand by this term transparent? Or transparent objects, the objects which through which we can see. Okay, they are termed as transparent objects. Materials which allow light to pass through them completely are called transparent objects. For example, glass, if I say, if there's a glass in the window, then I can see through it. I'll be able to see through it. Okay, so that is because of its property of transparency. It allows light to pass through it completely. जो लाइट रेज उस पर फॉल होंगी वो उसमें से पास हो जाएंगी. That is why these kind of materials which allow light to pass through them completely are called transparent objects. Okay, जिनमें से हम आर पार देख सकते हैं ना, अगर मैं बहुत सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बात करूँ तो these kind of materials, air, जैसे air है, air is around us ना, the air is present right now around us, but I can see through it. I can see the objects lying in this area, this room. So that is why air is transparent. Water again is transparent. We can see through water. Okay, so that is why these are the examples of transparent materials. Now, the second term is translucency. Now, what do you understand by this translucency? So what are translucent objects? Okay, this is the third point here on the screen. The third point, translucent objects, materials which allow light to pass through them partially are called translucent objects. Yani the materials which allow light to pass through them but partially. सारी light rays pass नहीं होंगी. Okay, कुछ एक light rays pass होंगी. Okay, so partially it allows to pass these light rays, and that is why these kind of objects are termed as translucent objects. So we can see through these kind of objects but not clearly, है ना, ब्लर होती है. जो हमें दिखता है उसमें से वो ब्लर होता है, बहुत क्लियर हमें नहीं दिखता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई विल टेक अ वेरी सिंपल एग्जाम्पल. You all, when Right now you're not going to school, but when you all come to school, what happens? You bring your lunch box along with you. Sometimes what happens when you bring some sabzi and paratha, or you people bring pickles, na achar bhi late ho aap log sometimes. So what happens if there's a leakage of oil from the vegetable which you have brought or the pickle, है ना, थोड़ा सा भी अगर लीक हो जाता है तो वो क्या होता है, कॉपीज पे या बुक्स पे कभी पेजेस पे आ जाता है दैट ऑयल, यू कैन सी इट ना. हाँ, तो व्हाट हैपेंस, दैट पेज, उसको देखा आपने, ऑयली जो उसका पैच जो बन जाता है ऑयल का, so that is actually a translucent material. If you try to see through it, so you will see what is there behind it, but not very clearly. थोड़ा बहुत आपको दिखेगा, okay, पर clearly नहीं देगा. So all of you can try this activity at home. ठीक है, ये oily paper वाला, you can do this at home. So you will get to know that what is translucent object. So certain types of designed glass, this is also an example of translucent material, है ना. कुछ ऐसे होते हैं जो बहुत clearly, जिनमें से हम नहीं देख पाते हैं, विंडोज में और डोर्स में लगते हैं. Tissue paper is also there. Okay, so these are the examples, few examples of translucent materials. What other examples we can take? Butter paper. Okay, butter paper is again translucent. Oiled paper, we have already discussed. Muddy water. वाटर में अगर आप थोड़ी सी मिट्टी मिक्स कर दोगे तो वो क्या होगा, वो उतना क्लियर नहीं रहेगा. सो यू विल बी एबल टू सी इफ देयर इज अ स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ मड इन दैट. ठीक है, if it is present in very small quantity, then you will be able to see through it, but that object will be, that material will be translucent. Okay, आप बहुत clearly नहीं देख पाएंगे. So what we call these transparent objects in Hindi, what is the term for these? पारदर्शी, है ना, पारदर्शी, transparent materials, पारदर्शी पदार्थ, translucent materials of, sorry, that is opaque. ट्रांसल्यूसेंट को क्या बोलते हैं, अर्ध पारदर्शी. ओके, क्योंकि इसमें से हमें थोड़ा आधा सा दिखता है, हम पूरा नहीं दिख रहा. अर्ध पारदर्शी पदार्थ. ओके, then the third term is opaqueness. Now what do you understand by these opaque objects or opaque materials? So the materials, the second definition, the second point I am reading, children, which is on your screen, materials which don't allow light to pass through them completely are called opaque objects. So objects on the other side of opaque objects cannot be seen at all. है ना, तो opaque objects में से, these opaque objects, these materials, they don't allow light to pass through them. That is why we are not able to see the objects kept behind these opaque materials. For example, ball. Ball is an opaque object, क्योंकि हम ball के जो other side होता है, there we are not able to see what is there on the other side of the wall. So that is why wall is an opaque object. So here we have discussed three types of materials or three types of object. The first one is transparent object, that is we can see through it. Okay, so you can keep some examples in your mind: water, glass, air, plastic sheet. Okay, then second one is materials which do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque objects. For example, wall, brick, and that is why brick is used to make our houses, brick or stones, because these are opaque objects in which देख नहीं सकते हम. So that is why these are used to make our houses. Now, so second one is opaque objects. Then third is translucent objects which allow light to pass through them partially. So we are able to see the other side of translucent objects, but not very clearly. The examples could be butter paper, oily paper, certain type of design glass, glasses, etc. Okay, so this was the third property. Okay, so here you can see this picture. See, here they have shown a transparent window. So we can see through this window. We can see through these glass panes. It is made up of glass. So that is why this object is transparent. Then the second one is translucent window. So this is made up of some object which is through which we can see but not very clearly, so that is why it is translucent, है ना? So just now we saw an example, na, certain types of design glass either. So this is certain type of design glass which is translucent. Now third one is opaque fencing. Okay, so this is opaque wood. We can say we make wooden doors. Why? Because wood is an opaque object. Okay, so now this opaque is called apardarshi in Hindi. So there are many examples of these three types of materials for transparent, translucent, and opaque. Okay, there are various examples, so you can just find out some other examples also. Okay, one more picture is there illustrating what are these materials. See, in the first picture, this boy, he is trying to look through a paper. Okay, I can say a paper. So paper is a paper is an opaque object because we cannot see through a paper. What is lying on the other side, we are not able to see. But if I talk about butter paper, if I talk about oily paper, so that comes under the category of translucent objects or translucent materials. Okay, so you can see here translucent may, it is shown over here that we can see through it but not very clearly. Then third one, transparent. Transparent में तो हमें पता है, हमें दिखता है, ठीक है? So here through transparent material we can see what is lying on the other side. Now let us move on to the next property, that is appearance. Okay, so appearance, what kind of appearance an object has. So based on that, also we can categorize, we can group these objects. Okay, so basically we'll study here about two types of appearances. First one is shiny appearance and second one is dull appearance. Now this shiny appearance, so materials look different from each other, है ना? I'm talking about the physical appearance कि वो दिखने में कैसे हैं materials या objects. So उसके basis पे we are going to group them. Fine. So materials look different from each other, while some look lustrous and shiny, others look non-lustrous and dull. Now, what do you understand by this word luster over here? L-U-S-T-R-O-U-S, lustrous, or L-U-S-T-R-E, luster. So it means shiny. So I can give you a simple example. Have you seen gold ornaments? Your mother must be having some gold ornaments. When you look at them, gold, that material, it has got a shiny appearance, है ना? चमकता है, वो shine करता है. So that property is called luster. Okay, and if I talk about wood, अगर मैं wood की बात करूँ तो wood में होता है कुछ ऐसा, कुछ shine करता है? No, it is dull in appearance. That is why we can say that it is a non-lustrous substance. Okay, so wood looks non-lustrous, iron, aluminium, copper, gold, etc. look lustrous, shiny, and bright. Generally, each substances which appear bright and shiny are called metals. Fine. So here they are defining metals also based on this their appearance. है ना? So how can I group the substances based on their this appearance? So there are two types of substances. They can be shiny, they can have a shiny surface, or they can have a dull surface, they can have a dull look. The shiny surface, if I talk about diamond, iron, aluminium, copper, gold, they all are shiny, they all are bright. That is why we can keep them in one group. And if I talk about wood, okay, then cotton, chalk, plastic, rubber, paper, these all have a dull appearance, है ना? इनका shiny नहीं होता है appearance. So we can keep them in a separate group. So here, okay, चल fine. So this was about this appearance. Now you see a picture is also shown over here. So wood. So wood is dull in appearance. You can see over here. Okay, it is not at all shiny. So that is why we can say that it does not have luster, no shine, no luster. Okay, and if I talk about the second part of this picture, gold and silver, these are bright and shiny in appearance. Okay, they have a shiny appearance. They shine when we look at them. Diamond, when we look at a diamond, it shines. You know? So that is why these all have got luster. Okay, let's move on to the next property, that is solubility or insolubility in water. So this is okay, solubility, and then one more is there, heaviness or lightness with respect to water. Fine. So let us move on to the solubility or insolubility in water. So now, solubility. What do you understand by this term solubility? So we can take an example over here. Just take a glass of water, okay, and put, okay, when your throat is not good, okay, when your throat is, you can say choked and like that. So what do? You do gargles, salty water you take, and just what you do is gargling, and also that is why it we feel good after that. So to do this gargle, what kind of water we prepare? Hot water with some salt in it, isn't it? So what happens when we put some salt in a glass of water? वो उसमें क्या होता है? Mix हो जाता है ना? When we stir it with a spoon, it gets mixed. Okay. So and then after that we are not able to see that salt कि हमने कहाँ डाला था, वो पानी में mix हो जाता है, हमें नहीं दिखता है अलग से कि अच्छा वो रहा ग्लास में वहां पे है, नहीं, it's not like that. So क्या होता है? We can say that this salt is soluble in water, है ना, वो उसमें dissolve हो गया है. So that is why we can say it is soluble in water. So what are soluble substances? Soluble, I'm reading the third point, children. Soluble substances are those which disappear when mixed with water. Example, salt, sugar. When we mix sugar in a glass of water and we stir it, then what happens after some time? That sugar disappears. So that is why we can say that the sugar, salt, these both are soluble substances. Okay, because they disappear when we mix them with water. But what do you understand by insoluble substances? Some substances, they remain as it is in water. They do not disappear. So these kind of substances are termed as insoluble substances. For example, sand. जब आप पानी में सैंड को मिक्स करते हो, थोड़ा सा सैंड लेके, तो क्या होता है? वो we call it muddy water because we can see sand in it. The water is no more clear now. वो गंदा हो जाता है ना, we can see the sand particles. So that is why that sand, it doesn't disappear. हम देख सकते हैं उसे. So that is why we can say that the sand is an insoluble substance. Chalk. What happens when you dissolve chalk in a glass of water? Again, it remains as it is. That is why it is termed as an insoluble substance. So what other examples we can take of soluble and insoluble substances? So I'm just giving you some more examples of soluble substances. I've already told you that salt is a soluble substance, no? Soluble. Salt, sugar, then washing soda, glycerine, alcohol, lemon juice, milk, alum. Alum is that fitkari जिसे बोलते हैं. Okay, so these all are soluble substances, whereas if I talk about these insoluble substances, so you can write some more examples: chalk powder, sawdust, glass, plastic, paper, wax, है ना, oil, mustard oil और groundnut oil, कोई सा भी oil हो, कभी भी oil and water they will not mix up, है ना. You can see a separate layer of each. आपको अलग अलग layer दिखेगी, oil की भी और water की भी, kerosene, petrol, है ना. So these all come under the category of insoluble substances. Now this was about the solubility of some substances in water, some solid substances, है ना. But if I talk about the solubility of some liquid materials in water, then कौन से होते हैं ऐसे, lemon juice, okay, milk, vinegar, alcohol, these all are soluble in water. Whereas oils, different types of oils, these are not soluble in water. Okay. Now, if I talk about the solubility of gases in water, so what can we say? We know that these ये जो aquatic animals होते हैं, जो पानी में रहते हैं, for example fish, है ना, how do they take in oxygen? Because we all are living beings, we all are living things, and we know that living things need oxygen for their survival, है ना. Oxygen के बिना तो we cannot survive. So these living uh, animals, these fishes and all, which are living in water, under the water, how do they take in oxygen? So this oxygen gas is taken up by them from the water. So actually this oxygen gas is dissolved in the water, and from that water itself, these aquatic animals, they take in oxygen. So we can say that oxygen gas dissolves in water, or oxygen gas is soluble in water. Okay. Similarly, carbon dioxide also is dissolved in water, because photosynthesis is carried out by leaves of the plants. We all know this, है ना, पढ़ा है ये तो. So to carry out this process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide gas is required. Okay. The stomata of the leaves, they take in this carbon dioxide gas from the atmosphere. So this carbon dioxide again dissolves in water to under this process of photosynthesis. So we can say that carbon dioxide and oxygen both are soluble in water, but there are few gases which cannot dissolve in water, which are not soluble, which are insoluble in water. Okay. So which are these gases? First of all is nitrogen. Nitrogen is insoluble in water. So you can just note it down. है ना? There are few examples. अभी हमने solid substances की बात की थी. If I talk about solid materials which are soluble or insoluble in water, तो अब आप क्या लिखेंगे? So you can just prepare a list accordingly. That soluble substances in water, है ना, and bracket में you can write solid state, then insoluble substances in water, again solid state. So like you can write the examples. Then soluble substances or soluble liquids in water, so you can write milk, lemon juice, etc. Insoluble liquid excuse me, groundnut oil, mustard oil, etc., kerosene, petrol. Okay. Then soluble gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Insoluble gases, nitrogen and methane gas, which is also known as marsh gas. Okay, methane gas. So this methane is again a gas which is insoluble in water. Okay. So okay, yeah, salt is soluble in water and sand is insoluble in water. Okay, quickly we'll come on to the last topic, that is heaviness or lightness with respect to water. Now, there are some substances which float on water while others sink. Okay, if I take a wooden cork, अगर मैं wood का एक cork लेती हूँ, so wood is lighter than water. That is why it will float on the surface of water. Whereas if I take an iron nail, कील जिसे हम बोलते हैं, okay, if I take that iron nail, so that if I put it in a jar filled of water, so it will sink to the bottom. Why? Because it is heavier than water, it is more dense. That is why. So we can also group objects or materials based on this property, based on their heaviness or lightness with respect to water, whether they are heavier than water, whether they are lighter in water. Okay, so we can take few examples of these materials which are lighter than water. First of all, we can say leaf. A leaf when fall from a tree, it floats on the surface of water, है ना? So that is lighter than water. A paper boat, thin twigs, जो तिनके जिसे हम बोलते हैं. So these are lighter than water. That is why they float on water. But if I say a piece of stone, a stone, so stone, bricks, these all are heavier than water. That is why they'll sink right to the bottom. So here this picture is illustrating, see a paper boat, it is floating on the surface of water, whereas a stone which is heavier than water, it sinks to the bottom of the water. Okay, so with this we have completed all the properties, children. So okay, what you can do is, I have also given few questions as homework. So what you can do is, you can do these questions in either your rough copy, okay, which you have made earlier, your science rough copy, or the one which Manisha ma'am has told you to make. So आप किसी में भी कर लीजिए. You can just do these questions. These are just simple questions. These are not exactly from the questions in your textbook. I have just given these for a reference for your better understanding. Okay, so that is why I've shared these questions and asked you to do, ताकि आप लोगों को और clear हो कि how the materials are classified. Fine. So that is why I've given all these. So it's up to you whether you do it in your science fair copy or you do it in your rough copy. That is for your help. जब हम chapter पढ़ेंगे तो you can relate all this material with the chapter, all these definitions and all. So from here, I would suggest you to just note down few definitions. For example, transparency ki transparent objects ki definition you can write in your either rough copy or fair copy, whichever you are using. Translucent materials, opaque materials, and you can just write down some examples. So you'll be more clear about the terms used in this chapter. So when we'll start these topics later on, then you'll be able to relate these things easily and you will understand things better. Okay, better. Now, okay, now here also you can make a table, solubility or insolubility in water. Just now I said soluble solids, insoluble solids, soluble liquids, insoluble liquids, soluble gases, insoluble gases. So like this. So you'll be more clear with the concept, children. That is why I asked you to do this homework. So don't get confused. If you are using a rough copy, do this work in it. If you are using a fair copy, do it in that. No problem. Okay. So with this, we have come to an end with our topic, sorting materials into groups. Now, just revise this topic. Okay. Just try to find out some more examples related to the sorting or the grouping which we have learned in this chapter. Okay, and stay safe at home. Okay, bye bye. Thank you.